From the time I was really little, I just remember being outside all the time. Both my mother and my father's family have been in Eastern North Carolina for 4 or 5 generations. The farm is 300 acres, and we raise flowers, herbs, and vegetables. You're your own boss. If you make a mistake, you can't really blame anybody but yourself. That's one drawback. You have to kind of take all the raps for that. Every growing season, it's almost like rolling the dice. You don't ever know what you're going to get. If it hails and, tears a bunch of sunflowers down, I don't get as upset about it as I used to. I was like, what? But I've just kind of figured out it's just part of it. Bad things gonna happen, good things gonna happen. One of the sows had pigs this past fall, so we've got 6 teenage pigs. We have 3 geese, 2 guinea fowl, and about 21 chickens at last count. Anytime you got animal feed around, you need cats around to keep the mice down, so we got a couple of farm cats. We have a lot of barns, old and new, or newer. Tobacco sort of paid all the bills when I was coming along, and then I raised my family on it, and it was a good thing for a long time.
We all kind of, in Eastern North Carolina, have this connection to the tobacco trade, both its rise and, ultimately its fall. So many restaurants tout, being farm to fork and serving local produce, and their understanding of that is based in, I think, just trying to be on a bandwagon. I'm not really sure what it is, but it has been and continues to be for us a means to make our community a better place to live, a more economically sustainable place to live. It became our goal to start trying to get local farmers who had once been tobacco farmers back into growing something, and the hope was that it would be produce or niche proteins or cheeses. I was asking if anybody had suggestions of folks that would be interested in growing something for me, and the same person's name kept coming up. I'd say that Warren and Jane really became our first friends here. Warren is someone who really finds joy in what he does, and that's something that I have observed about him and something I strive to glean from him. Just the fact that he walks around without shoes on in the sand is something that I admire. I think it represents a true love of the land and a true attempt to be kind of one with nature. It makes me smile.
Here you go, boys. Girl, look at that. Scoop on. They love a scoop on the ground.
So I think there was a big fear for Warren and farmers like Warren to kind of take the leap and start growing organic produce or pigs on the ground for someone like me. So what I did was I said to many people that we work with in the beginning that I'll buy whatever you have and I'll buy all of it.
Vivian was like, I want to buy as much produce as I can from local farmers. She's really gone over and above to support the local farmers, which I think is wonderful.
My relationship with the people who grow the food that we serve here is really rich. I see how hard they work to make it work. I've spent a good amount of time on several of their farms. I kind of go into every visit that I have on a farm thinking that I already know what we're going to talk about, whether it's like squash or rabbit or tomatoes or figs. I always think that I have a grasp on the subject. But when you talk to someone who actually grows that particular item, they can share with you so many interesting and enlightening things that that I had no idea of. For them to be able to walk someone around their farm and then have that person participate for an hour or two, have that person see what they do, is incredibly gratifying and rewarding for the farmer on all sorts of levels. It gives them a sense of pride in what they do. It gives the tourist an understanding of what goes into the food that they're eating, what goes into all the effort that goes into making it and growing it. I think for Warren, he loves spending time outside. I think he loves planting something and seeing it grow. I think that's something that's very close to who he is. It is certainly one of those things that you do because your heart calls you to it. That's really the most poignant thing that I've taken away from my experience with particularly these small farmers. Is that they're doing it, they're waking up every day to do it because they absolutely have to inside of them, because they could certainly do things that are easier and more lucrative.